One, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the morning cafe in the Hot Seat TV. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, and share. Today, in a special way, we have our guest, Herbert Nyaruri, who is vying for Nyaribari Masaba here in Kisi County. We shall discuss about his candidature. We shall also discuss about what he stands for. We shall discuss about county issues and national issues. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and we hope to have a fruitful discussion this morning. And wherever you are, maintain peace in this electioneering period, and also our campaigns should be very peaceful. That is our message this morning. So we will go right to the discussion. Herbert Nyaruri. Who is Herbert Nyaruri?
Okay. My name is Herbert Nyaruri Moranga, and I'm from Oteria Buga, basically. But as you can see, this was my home. This is where I live. I live in Nakuru. I'm a candidate for parliamentary seat, Nyaribari Masaba. I am in Jubilee. I cannot say that I've resigned yet because we had an issue with my opponent about the ticket. The ticket was issued, and it was issued under unclear circumstances. So we had to take the verdict to court, and that's what we are waiting for. Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you, Herbert. Online we have Bota Nyakunu. Karibu sana Bota. This is Mheshimiwa Herbert Nyaruri we have been speaking to. Good
Thank you.
morning from wherever you are. You can say anything as we start the discussion this morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So good morning, guys. Sorry for joining late. I had some network issues. So I want to say hi to all those people who are listening. I think this session is going to be interactive, and it's going to make a lot of sense.
Okay, thank you. Now we go to the newspaper review first before we come to Mheshimiwa. In the newspaper, it's majorly about the KCSE results, but also how Kibaki final word saved the 2008 deal with Odinga. That is in the Star newspaper. Mheshimiwa Herbert, what can you remember Honorable or our former President Kibaki for? What is your comment about his presidency? General overview.
According to me, I think he was a wise president, because he did not take issues easily, be it family matters and the country, as long as the country was concerned. You saw the other day when he became publicly to declare that he only had one wife. So such things makes me remember him. Yeah, it's not easy.
Okay, but what do you think about the presidency of Mwai Kibaki?
From my side, I think Kibaki is the only president whose development records are in touch with the people, especially in terms of infrastructure, going to education. And during Kibaki's era, we can be able to remember that we had good business, the economy was good, and actually his comics in terms of politics. That's what I can be able to remember. Yeah.
Okay, that is on Kibaki. Also in the headlines, IBC tells NASA, that is, tells the Azimio side that the last day to name the deputy president is April 28th. On this debate here, deputy president, you can make an overview comment on the UDA side and Azimio. Who is the most favorable candidate to be the deputy president in Azimio and favorable candidate to be the deputy president in UDA? What is your comment, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri?
According to me, if Raila goes for Martha Karua or Peter Kenneth, he'll have let me say he'll have like 70 to 80% chances of becoming the president. And on the UDA side, if Raila goes for somebody like Alonso, he loses, and if William Ruto goes for somebody like Waiguru, you know, Kikuyus will still say that we are in the box. We are in the box. So here, whoever wins the Kikuyu nation, yeah, and your president, definitely.
Okay, thank you, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri. What is your take, Bota?
Apparently, what I can say is, it seems from the onset that the UDA side is very well organized in terms of even the way they conducted their primaries. However much we experience some irregularities in other constituencies and wards, but in terms of the organization, you can be able to see clearly that they're organized. And if at all Ruto is going to pick Musalia as a running mate, then it is going to give Azimio the run for their money. Reason being, my thinking is, in an event that the Luya nation votes a block for Ruto, that means that Raila is in trouble. Because you realize, since 2007, the Western region from Luya has religiously been voting for Raila. In an event that the Western region or the Western bloc votes for Ruto, and then there's loyalty from the central people to Ruto, then it means Ruto is going to win. Again, if Ruto picks Waiguru as a running mate, I think, according to my own opinion, is there is, of course, the chances of winning are very high also, actually above 60. But, you know, Waiguru and Ruto, there are allegations in court that they're tainted in terms of corruption. If you realize, if Azimio is going to use that item for campaigning or decampaigning them, they might be having some issues. And for Azimio, I think there's confusion as we speak, a lot of confusion, because in terms of planning, you can clearly see that they've failed in so many ways in terms of who is going to be a running mate. Because I know Kalonzo wants to be a running mate. And then we have also Peter Kenneth, who wants to be a running mate. We have Mother Karua, who joined them recently. She wants to be a running mate. And then we have Peter Munya. So I can be able to predict that there might be a fallout between Odinga and Kalonzo. In an event that Raila picks Mother Karua as a running mate, you might be surprised and find that Kalonzo might even, because of frustrations, might even start supporting Ruto. So let's wait, according to the deadline from IBC. And according to my own prediction, is Raila is highly likely to pick Mother Karua as a running mate so that he can be able to get away with the central block. Yeah, thank you so much.
What to Nyaruri? What if Raila picks Martha Karua, gets the central votes, and loses the combination? Do you think Raila will be able to garner enough votes for his presidency? Mheshimiwa Nyaruri.
According to me, Martha Karua is an iron lady, as it's her name, the same as her name explains. Martha Karua is not something to force on. You know, it's not. Martha Karua is a go-getter, and Martha Karua, any camp that she would be on the side, that camp could be having the best person ever in their camp. So for me, I think Martha Karua is good to go because she has a profile, she has a name, She's a veteran in politics. She understands Kenyan politics very well. I think the only thing that lowered Martha Karua's profile is her being in NAC. Is it NAC Kenya or NAC? So, and we had big parties that were covering the small parties. So that is what made her to not to be well articulated in the previous governments. But Martha Karua is not a pushover. Yes, Martha Karua I think is the best among the rest. Yeah.
Okay, on the running mate search, the star says Kalonzo tells Ukambani God will do a miracle. So Kalonzo is not sure of being the running mate of Raila Odinga. What do you think about that, Bota?
For Kalonzo to be a running mate of Odinga, I think they might be forced to be debated by 6:30 in the morning. Reason being is that, of course, the Kamba Nation has been voting religiously for Kalonani for Odinga when Kalonzo was the running mate. In an event that Odinga picks a different candidate to be a deputy, that means that there's going to be a rebellion, not only from Kalonzo, but the supporters from the Kamba Nation. Okay. So I think picking Kalonzo as a running mate throws the Azimio coalition into the darkness, because you realize if he picks Kalonzo as a running mate, and then the Kamba Nation has around 1.9 million votes, and then Ruto goes ahead, picks somebody like Kindiki Kituri from Central Kenya. How many votes are in Central Kenya? That's the question. Then it means they're going to suffer the same fate they suffered in 2013 and 2017. So I think if the Azimio coalition can consider somebody who is much stronger, I don't believe that Martha Karua is iron ready, because you remember the role she played in 2007. Of course, Martha Karua has her own achievements, but during 2007, it was clearly seen that Martha does not fit to hold even a public office because of the role he played in the post-election violence, including but not limited to what happened between the elections and the way post-election violence started. So I don't believe whether Martha Karua is highly ready, but he's just a pretender from some funny political party.
Okay, your response, Mheshimiwa Herbert.
For me, I don't think Kalonzo is a factor. In Ukambani, we have Alfred Mutua, we have this Mzee Makueni governor, Kivuta Kibwana. We also have the Kitui governor, Madam, what's the name? We
Charity
have the Kitui governor. Yes, Charity Ngilu. So if you combine all of them, they are all supporting Raila Odinga. So you trying to figure out as Kalonzo as the kingpin of Kambani, I think you'll be wrong, because Kalonzo has personal selfish interests that if it is not him, then Raila Odinga is a no-go zone, and that shows very clear that Kalonzo is somebody who has some personal interests. And coming back to Madam Martha Karua, women will be represented. There will be that unity for women. Women will say that she's one of us, and the gender rule has been well represented. So I don't think that Martha Karua is an issue towards Raila's votes. And Raila has his own die-hard supporters. Like me, I had said I won't vote Raila again, but unfortunately, I'll vote him again. Raila is a person who has his own votes, sio mtu wa kusukumiliwa, and that is what gives him an upper hand. Yeah.
Okay. Also in the headlines, Sabina Chege is not vying for any elective seats. Is it because UDA is popular in Muranga, or what do you think? What is your comment on this, Nyakanu?
So for Sabina Chege, I think she feared because she doesn't want to face the reality, what's happening on the ground. According to my own opinion, of course, UDA as a party has a very high percentage in terms of support from the central Kenya. So she just ran away to avoid embarrassment. That's what she's running from. If she's a woman enough, she could have fight for the governorship position, which she said she's going to fight, so that we can be able to see between Azimio and the UDA, which is a strong coalition. So she's running from being embarrassed. That's what I can say.
Okay, she's running from being embarrassed. Mheshimiwa Herbert, what is your comment on this?
For me, I think I almost have total different opinions from my friends' opinions, because in Muranga governorship seats we have Jamle Kamau, and in 2017 and 2013 we had Mwangi Wairia. Jamle Kamau was the only candidate who was able to give Mr. Mwangi Wairia sleepless nights, as we call it. So I think Sabina's Chege inversion into Muranga's gubernatorial seats could affect Jamlek's votes. And according to what is there right now, Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, they all have a structure whereby they only place one candidate where there is whereas we have opposition strong candidate. For example, somewhere like in Migori, let's say Migori, Azimio will only camp behind one candidate, because they know somebody like Obado, whom they believe is an associate to William Ruto's branches, might sponsor somebody else, and they clinch the seat. So they are trying to balance. So that they cannot lose. So Sabina Chege stepped down, not because she's a coward, in favor of Jamle Kamau, for them to be able to get a block number of votes. So the votes that Sabina Chege could put on her basket, they are going now to add on Jamle Kamau's basket, so that Jamlek will be able to battle with one and only Kangata. Yeah. So it was
Okay.
yes.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Herbert. Nandi Hills MP Alfred Keter was his UDA nomination was dismissed. Saizi anasema anaenda independent. Do you think ataweza mambo ya UDA Rift Valley? What is your comment, Bota?
Actually, I'm very disappointed on what happened to Alfred Keter. Personally, I tend to believe that democracy should prevail in whichever cause. If Alfred Keter squarely won, he should have been given the ticket. And I know the reason why Keter was denied that ticket is because he has an independent mind of speaking anything and everything in terms of what's going on in the country. And then there was a perception per se that he's rebellious from his boss, who is William Ruto. So I think it is a big disappointment. And I think UDA messed up, and I'm disappointed as a person. And then if Keter goes as an independent candidate, we might not be surprised that he's going to win, because he has the support. For you to win a UDA ticket, and then you're perceived as a rebel, it means that you have the ground. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay, what is your comment, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri?
As for me, I think And this is where I call UDA leadership dictatorial, because if you just look at the events behind Alfred Keter, there is once upon a time he also clinched the seat through a by-election, if you can remember. So Alfred Keter is somebody who is loved in Nandi Hills. It's not a person to underrate in Kenyan politics, especially in Nandi County or in Kalenjin Nation. And I saw Caleb Kositiany referring Keter as a Kipsigis who is in Nandi County. And I think that also that will bring the division between the Kipsigis community and the Nandi community. Because I saw Caleb Kositiany trying to say that the Kipsigis, they feel superior than the Nandis. So I don't know. And that's rivalism in the community. But whatever happened to Alfred Keter is very unfortunate, because we have other candidates, so the same has happened to them. Like me, I'll speak on my behalf. We went to consensus, but when we went to consensus, we were told we will receive the next day. We were to receive the results, but unfortunately, the same day, my opponent went at night and demanded for the Jubilee Party ticket, and one or two people who are, I don't know if I cannot say he bribed them, who are behind his candidature. They gave him the ticket. I had to move to court for the revoke of that certificate, and that is exactly what is happening. And I think Keter's move to go to independent was not the best way. He could move to court and stop UDA, because he had won. He had won it. It's not that it is something that was in a bush. It was something that was in a lie, that Keter had won the ticket. So in Alfred Ketel's case, I think UDA should return the ticket if they still think about the Nandi Hills seat. Otherwise, Keter will be back, either independent or in Azimio or in any other party. Keter will be back.
Okay, thank you. Also in the headline, Senator Ledama Olekina says President Uhuru Kenyatta can be the deputy president of Raila Odinga. The constitution does not bar him. What is your comment on this, Butter?
Actually, that's a funny statement, per se. I think President Uhuru has to respect the constitution, and once his term ends, let him go, because we have experienced a lot of tragedies in his government. Because one, the cost of living is very high. The cost of fuel so high. Actually, if you have a car nowadays, it is like people in Kenya are not supposed to buy cars because cost of fuel is so high. And then in terms of food stuff, if you compare the prices of food stuff, like let's say in 20, of course, I understand how economy works, but I think for President Uhuru to be a deputy president, it means they might even they can't get even 30%. Actually, Uhuru should finish and go home, because we have experienced a lot of tragedies in Kenya in terms of corruption, high cost of fuel, high cost of living. So he should not dream of becoming a vice president again, a deputy president. Yeah.
Okay, what is your comment, Captain? Uhuru Kenyatta can also be part of the lineup here, Raila Odinga. What is your comment in this?
Okay, according to me, that will be dictatorship, and I don't think that that idea is good on Raila's side, because it will be like Raila hasn't been given the freedom like other presidential candidates to choose or to have the persons whom intend to have in his government. So for Uhuru, okay, it's true that constitutionally is allowed, because if you can see governors like Mandago, they were governors, now they are going for senatorial seats. It is even allowed to vie for an MP or governor's seat. But I don't think it's a good idea. Let him retire and go home. He should be on an advisory team for Raila and not the other way around, because that is being power hungry. That is power. You know, let him leave. Let him leave completely, because we also need fresh blood, and that's how we can get a chance to even the Abagusi community. That's how we can get a chance to be there. Because if Uhuru will continue, it means Matiang'i will never be there wherever he wants to be. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri. Also, we come to the Kisii County politics. It's UDA versus ODM. Simbarati versus Machogu versus Obure. What is your general overview, Bota, on this as we go to other issues?
So, actually, Kisii County politics is a tough one as we speak. We have three strong contenders. That's Simbarati. We have also Machogu. Then we have Obure. My view is there's a likelihood that Simbarati is going to win, because amongst the young people, actually he has a lot of influence. And then when it comes to Machogu also is a worth competitor, because if you compare in terms of where it comes from and the vote that are there in the two constituencies from Nyaribari, he might be a worth competitor. But for Obure's case, of course, Obure knows how to strategize. But we are tired of the old folk. So Obure has been an MP since I was a kid, and now he comes after doing nothing. He wants to be governor. So I think Simbarati might win if anything's not going to change.
Okay, Nyaruri, what is your take about the governor race in Kisii County?
Let me make a comment on the same issue also. In
Yes.
terms of women race, the incumbent, who is Ongera, actually is going to face it rough, because if you do an opinion poll, especially for you people who are in media industry, you can be able to clearly see that Ongera is not going to win, because one, if you have the history of Janet Ongera in terms of who she appoints in any given office, you can be able to clearly see that she has a lot of nepotism. So once she gets the second term also, we are going to experience turmoil. So I think it is a high time that we send this incumbent home, so that she goes and talks to herself, and maybe she comes in 2027. And I think Donya is going to win very early in the morning.
Okay, those are your comments, Mr. Bottom. Mheshimiwa
Yeah,
Nyaruri will come
they're
back
mine.
in a
They're not
while.
associated with your press.
Okay, thank you. So, Bota, what is your take? Because Mheshimiwa Janet has been given the ODM ticket. She comes from the same clan as Arati. Do you think Arati will be affected by this arrangement?
Actually, if it also applies even to Machogu. We have Professor Ongeri, who comes from actually the same clan as Machogu, and then we have our case also from Ogosi constituency, whereby we have a governor from ODM, and then we have a women rep from ODM. I think for the party ODM, they really messed big time, because we didn't expect that we have a governor candidate from Boba's constituency, and then we have a women rep from Boba's constituency. I think Raila was awarding loyalty, and he saw it wise to give them the ticket so that they go to Therese. And I think Ongera's ticket might not necessarily affect so much the governor's race for Simbarati from Boba's constituents, but I think it has an effect because the people might brand the Bobasi constituents that are greedy because they didn't want to give the ticket to the other people like Donya, Doris, and the other people who are contesting. That's my opinion, by the way.
Okay, thank you very much. We also have this week a lot of things are happening, but also we have not seen a lot of Arati's campaigns. Is he broke or graph in Chini? Opinion.
No, actually, I've been seeing that on media that Simbarati, his campaign has gone slow, but it is true. It has gone slow. Maybe they are thinking about strategy, thinking about what they can be able to do, because from Boba's constituents, there are two. You know, you cannot blatantly underrate Chris Obure. Chris Obure is a very strong candidate, and they might even divide the votes half a half from Boba's constituents. So they must go to the drawing board and they strategize. That's my thinking. And then in terms of finances, you might find that, you know, Sibarat started campaigning long time ago. You might find, or you might not find that he's broke per se, but in terms of financing, you know, we can't know somebody's pocket unless maybe the case that is bankrupt as of now. But I think he might be having some money for campaigning because for you to run as a governor, also you need planning. You need a manager to manage your finances in terms of campaigning. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, in Kisi County politics, we saw DM giving direct tickets to candidates, especially in the MP seat. And they said that if you are associated with the Arati, ulikuwa unaanguka asubuhi na mapema. Uh, these are some of the comments we get in social media. What is your take about the ODM nominations?
The ODM nomination in Kisi County was total a scam, and it was uncalled for and coup because we were to give people the freedom to vote for the preferred candidate. Doing boardroom awarding of nomination certificates was the greatest undoing, and I think if it was Arati or another senior ODM member who was advising right on this, they really messed because that might also taint the image of Simbarati. But there's some weak candidates, very weak candidates who were given their tickets. I don't know where they got opinion polls from. Like there's this guy whom I had recently called Onuso. Onuso is going for an MPC where he's not even known. He's known in his ward. So I think if Simbarati interfered with the nomination process, it means now that he is not supposed to be a governor. He should come back to Dagoretti Corner to be a goon. If that's what I'm saying, if he was involved in any way to tamper with the nomination process, then it means he's going to tamper with our county. But there's no evidence that has linked him. If there is some evidence that has linked him to the tampering process of the nomination process, then it means he has a problem in the coming poll.
Okay, thank you. We go to Mombasa. Sonko has been given the Wiper ticket. Ahmed Nasir has been given the ODM ticket. We expect Kivumbi sana Mombasa. So Kalonzo is behind Sonko. Raila is behind Ahmed Nasir. What is your take about the Mombasa governors?
Actually, what I can say is the Mombasa governor race is very interesting because you realize Nazil has a good support. And for Songo to go to Mombasa, of course, if you can be able to do your investigation, we have a lot of Kamba tribe in Mombasa. He can compete, but I'm sure he's not going to win because Songo is a goon actually. Songo does not even understand the roles of being a governor. The only role he understands is one: using goons. And this man is a quack. actually Songo is not even fit to be a governor in terms of the way he led Nairobi for 2 years. Because if you are a resident of Nairobi, you are clearly seeing garbage in CBD. And then this man also, there are allegations that one, he could wake up very early in the morning, like 2, anaambia watu okota uchafu. That's an allegation. It is something that has not been proven. But anaambia watu sasa, for you to sabotage the NMS, we tafuta hii uchafu, enda mwage mahali fulani, and then anatuma watu na kamera, enda mpige mseme NMS imeshindwa kazi. So that guy is a quack. He cannot be governor anymore. Anastahili aende kwa hiyo klabu yake yenye alijenga coast, yeye akusanye pesa huko afanye biashara yake. Thank you.
Okay, we were on the Mombasa governor race, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri. Thank you for coming back. It is Sonko versus Ahmed Nasir, Kalonzo versus Raila. What is your take, Mheshimiwa?
Yeah, I'll go back first where I left it for Kisi politics, because that's where I'm concerned so much. And then I come for that one for Mombasa. On my own comments, we were speaking about Obure versus Simbarati versus Machogu and Manson Oyongo, right?
Yes.
On my take, we only have 3 top contenders in Kisi governorship race, and this is Chris Obure. Number 2 is we have Machogu and Simbarati. But as far as I'm concerned, Machogu might be having an advantage for being a lone ranger from Nyaribari Masaba. A lone ranger, we also have Ongeri, but now Ongeri, I don't know, I can't tell if he is on the ground minus the cameras or what is he doing. I don't know the kind of tactics he's using, because as I know, Ongeri is not somebody who you'll see with crowds in town, with a bang road shows. No, he's always on the ground, on the grassroots, looking for these votes. He knows how to hunt clan factor. He knows how to calculate it. And on Obure's side, Obure is a good administrator. If you go to Machoge Chache, when he was an MP, is when that area developed a lot. They also have a lot of tarmac roads there, unlike other places in Kisii County. But now the issue is the inversion of Simbarati. The only problem that I can say Mr. Obure has, Obure is a good administrator, and he can win. By the way, he's among those people who are in the top plate of winning the seat. But now the kind of people he choose to campaign for him, they are going to fail him terribly. Like in Nyaribari Masaba, selecting someone who lives in US to come and campaign for you, and you have the perception that Kisis have towards the people for the Samabanis. Those people live in US coming to vie for seats here. Somebody has never been in the ground for the last 5 years, but right now he's here telling Obure that he'll deliver him a good number of votes because he comes from Kambanan. In Kambanane we have a UDA aspirant who is Ben Momanyi. In Kambanane we have another strong aspirant called Ondari Benson. Where will he gather votes from? Because he has been away for 4.5 years. And those are the kind of things that are going to kill Obure's campaign, because that person, he will only be looking for his own votes. He'll not tell people about Obure because he knows he has not been on the ground. He's coming to introduce himself again.
Uh,
So
okay.
these are the kind of mistakes that if Obure wants to win, he should revisit. Yes. But now the issue is his running mate is not vibrant. Mr. Monda is not as vibrant as other running mates for other candidates are. Monda is too soft. So it's like it's Simba who is looking for his own votes. So for me, I think it's either right now it's either Obure or Simba Rat. That's it. For Machogu,
Okay.
Machogu Ongeri's factor will kill his dream. From Nyaribari, Ongeri is going to get a good number of votes than Machogu. So going back to Mombasa, we have Abdullah Samad. Abdullah Samad has been an MP from Vita for a good number of years. People are underrating him, but Abdullah Samad has a good number of followers. According to me, he deserved that ticket because the other time when Raila was looking for soldiers to battle his battle in Coast, Abdullah Samad was one of the people who stood by Raila until the last minute. Unlike Sharif came in after failing in Jubilee, and Raila still feels like Sharif was not able to stand with him when he needed him most. So right now, Raila could first award his loyal soldier before he could think about the other guests. So on Sonko's sides, on the other side of Sonko is a good governor. Sonko, the only thing that he doesn't have is wisdom. I think academically, that is what is affecting him. Because he chooses wise people than like the other time he chose Polycarp Igade as his running mate. Looking at Polycarp Igade profile, you can be able to tell that Polycarp Igade ni mtu mwerevu sana, ni mtu ambaye anahitaji gavana mwerevu. Polycarp Igade could fit in the government of Kidero, because Kidero is a well-learned person. But now here you put a fool in front of a wise person. So the fool is the one who will be controlling. He will be stealing in the name of the driver. The conductor will be stealing in the name of the driver. Huyo derendi alienda route yenye haina pesa. Sonko did not steal, but the people behind him walichukua hiyo pesa. It's not Sonko who stole the money. Me, according to me, because those people he had chosen to run his government walikuwa ni watu werevu sana. So they could steal in the name of the government. And that's why you see Sonko maintaining that he did not steal anything. Sonko is a good governor, but he should do something more for him to be able to manage the counties. In Mombasa, we have a good number of Kambas, like in Likoni. Likoni, most of the residents there, Likoni is in Kwale County. Here in come to Kisauni and Bamburi, we have a good
Even
number of
Mtwapa.
Kambas. Yes, Mtwapa is in Kilifi. So if Sonko, the running mate he has chosen, is called Mazo. Is he Mazo? Mazo is a good crowd puller, and he has a good number of followers. I think Mazo was a former MP in Kisauni. He'll be able. They will bring a vibrant campaign in Coast. Even if they won't win, they'll be worthy competitors. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think Bota, you're there. Umehang kidogo.
Yes,
But,
Nico, sir.
Okay, thank you. We go to the Nairobi race. Igathe amepewa Jubilee, UDA amepewa Sakaja. What is your take, Bota? Yes, Bota?
So this is what I can say. Can you hear me, Zach?
Yes, I can hear you.
So what I can say is that So for Nairobi,
Yes, Butter. I think, Butter, you can rejoin again. I can't hear you right now. What is your take, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri, about Nairobi?
Igathe versus Sakaja, they are all good candidates, but you know, clan matrix, the tribe matrix, the tribe mathematics in Nairobi matters. Igathe has an upper hand. You know, Kikuyus are so many in Nairobi. There are Kikuyus from Muranga, Kikuyus from Kiambu, Kikuyus from Nyeri who are voters in Nairobi. And looking at the running mates that they all preferred, Igathe took a Kamba. Is it a Kamba? I'm not
Yes,
yet
yes,
sure, but
yes.
okay, if you took a Kamba, like somewhere like in Embakasi West, where Janganya is vying for MP seat, Embakasi West, a good number of people, pipeline, kila mtu anajua pipeline ya Wakamba. So Embakasi West, they will take it. Go to Embakasi East, they also have a good number of Kambas. Embakasi Central, where Atheuri is the MP, Kambas are dominated in Nairobi. There are so many in Nairobi. On Sakaja's side, Sakaja is good, but now it will only depend if on who he will choose as his running mate. But he's not somebody to underrate because he's also branding himself as a Kalenjin and as a Luya. So Luyas from Dagoretti, they still own him. They still own him because there was a norm that Sakaja is Atuoli's son. So it's still an headache to Igathe. So I think here it's all about the running mates. Who you'll choose the running mate and how many people
many
is he
people
able to bring
is
on the
he
table?
able to
Yes.
bring on the table? Yes.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thank
Butter,
you.
you hear
What are
me?
you hearing me?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, Butter.
What? Hello.
Yes, Butter.
Hello. Yes. Making a comment about
Making a comment
competition in terms of governance.
competition.
I think of the ticketing is enjoying currently, and I think the only undoing that the Azimio did is that they picked a wrong person to be a governor in Nairobi, who is Igathe. Igathe does not even understand what are some of the issues that are facing common Mwananchi in Dagoretti Kona, Kawangware, Korogosh, and so forth. Is a son of a deep state. So we don't want to associate ourselves with people who are associated with the third, in quote, deep state, because actually, according to me, he wasn't even interested in the governorship race. It's only that he has been brought in so that he can be able to do what whoever brought him wants him to do. So he'll be powerless, and I think he's the wrong guy to choose. So I go for Sakaja in that case.
Okay, do you think the Kisi community in Nairobi is well represented in Azimio? Which of the
Which
side
of the side do
do you think
you think they will?
Actually, as Azimio per se, they forgot about us, because we were supposed to be given even a women position. But now, if you see, according to the matrix, we don't exist in Nairobi. So that's why we're going to vote for Millicent Omanga, even if he's in UDA or any other party. Me personally, if I'm voting in Nairobi, I'm going to vote for Millicent Omanga. Not because she has something to offer, but because we need also to be represented. That's a fact. Because if you compare what Azimio has done to us as a community, then it means they don't even appreciate what we are doing as a community. So I think And I urge people who are in Nairobi to vote for Millicent Omanga, because we also need somebody whom we can go to our office and as to support in any way, not in terms of finances, but once you have your leader, hata unaweza enda ulie tu akuonea huruma, afanye nini akusaidie. So I urge people to vote for Millicent Omanga, wasiangalie chama Nairobi, na sisi tukue na mtu wetu hapa. That is it.
Okay, what
is your take?
Ni Gusii in Nairobi. There is no way. Because Millicent Omanga ni mtoto wa Nairobi bana. Huyo ajui maneno ya Mkisii sijui nini. She doesn't atambui hiyo, my friend. And speaking about Gusiis, ukiangalia mahali wa Kisii wako ni pipeline hapo, Mkuru kwa Njenga, Mkuru kwa Ruben hapo, and maybe a little part of Kangemi. So mimi sioni hapo kama Millicent Omanga makes any sense in our camp. Ati sisi wa Kisii kwa sababu hatujapatiwa kiti. Wa Kisii we are fully represented by the other by Azimio, because hakuna Mkisii mwingine amesimama kama governor akanyimwa. I'm very sure if Simbarati could still go for Nairobi governorship, he could be one of the top headlines in Nairobi gubernatorial seat. So I don't think Omanga's factor matters to any of the Gusiis. Omanga is not a Gusii, is a Nairobian. So, and if she believes that she's a Gusii, she could come to Kisii and vie for a seat there. Now, Omanga is a Nairobian, it's not a Gusii.
What is your reaction?
So, Mheshimiwa, Captain 00022. Actually, I think it is wrong for you to say that Millicent Omanga is a Nairobian, not a Kisii. I know she's a Kisii who resides in Nairobi. So I think we should vote for her, because Mheshimiwa said that we are represented with who in Azimio. That's the question. And for you to be represented, it means your person or your community should also present someone in Nairobi for you to be represented. You cannot say that we are represented, yet there's nobody in that equation. So I think the Azimio coalition walituosha. That's the thing, because if you say that we are represented and then there's no one who is representing us as a community, and then how can you say that Sasa Useme Igate is representing the Kisii community? Igate is from the Kikuyu tribe. So it means we don't have representation as the Kisii people. Thank you.
Thank you. Captain, your reaction. I can see you want to react.
Okay, for me, I don't think Kisii we arrive for Nairobi governorship. The only person who could go for Nairobi top seats could be Simbarati, who is now in Kisii. And in Embakasi West, you have been given the ticket. Raila dismissed Sumra and gave Janganya the ticket, because Raila had powers to dismiss Janganya and return the ticket to Sumra. But because he wanted us to have something in Nairobi, that's why he decided to give Janganya. Because you have seen other people, like in game, people have won ODM tickets, but because they are not in the blood stains of Raila Odinga, they have been denied the tickets. So I don't think like we have a big interest in Nairobi. We are only like in Nairobi, we are like 30. I don't think if we can reach 30%. We are like 20% in Nairobi. So Nairobi kuna wenyewe, hiyo tuachie Wakikuyu na Wakamba na Wajaluo. That is the reality.
Thank you. We go to another topic altogether. Raila is in the US for a tour. Bota, do you think it is important? We have 100 days to the election. Do you think it is important for Raila to do such tours? And what impact does it have to the election of this year? Okay, Bota has disappeared. Mheshimiwa, you can react on this.
For me, I think think Raila went to. I know they cannot say it publicly, but I think he went to get some funds. Diaspora team. There is a diaspora team that gives presidential candidates in Kenya a good number of money, a good amount of money, not number of money. I think Raila went to gather his resources so that he can come back stronger. And there is also we have other people who have the Kenyan politics interest. They live outside there, but they want to have some shares here in Kenya. So I think he went also to meet them because so that he can hear from them what they can support him, and after he wins, what do they gain? I think it's also a sort of business tour. The government bread share. Sure, that is what I think.
Okay, the Raila visit in the US, do you think it has impact on the election of this year, Bota?
I think it is a financing tour. We went to collect some money for campaign. I think if he also needs to meet the diaspora guys for opinions, what maybe should be prioritized once he becomes president. I think in terms of influence, the diaspora guys, of course, they have influence in terms of if they give you money to bankroll your campaign. So it is a good move for Raila to meet the diaspora guys so that they can be able to give him your opinion.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we go for the last topic altogether this day as we come to the close of this session of newspaper and what is making the headlines. Today we look at Uhuru Kenyatta supporting Raila Odinga, and he comes from Central Province. Do you think this will affect William Ruto, or William Ruto will get more votes in Central Province than Raila Odinga? Do you think Uhuru Kenyatta is actually helping Raila Odinga, or he is destroying Raila Odinga? Bota.
So I think actually Odinga banks in Uhuru so much, and I know Uhuru has still a lot of influence in Central Kenya, which is going to work positively towards having a lot of votes for Raila. And I think he has a lot of influence that it's needed for him to marshal support to Raila. So we are likely to see that Raila might get slightly over 50%, and Ruto might get around 48 or 49%. So when campaigns now hit the ground, you might realize that who is the lion of the Central Kenya. So I think Ruto is going to lose big time in terms of the support he currently enjoys once the campaign starts off. So you cannot underrate head of state that he doesn't have power to change the people. So I think he's an asset in Azimio. Thank you.
Okay, what is your take, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri?
Current absence, is an advantage to Raila Odinga for him to sell himself as Raila Odinga until Uhuru decides to engage himself in active politics, and that's when Central Kenya will feel like we have somebody else who should lead us to where we belong to. Because if you look at the recent just concluded UDA nominations, we had some bitter exchanges from the UDA central candidates. Somebody like Jaguar, Jaguar matters in Starehe. Even if Jaguar will go independent, Jaguar is likely to go back to his seat. And you had him publicly trying to say that it's Ruto who has denied him the ticket and not the citizens. So Uhuru, I only think that Uhuru's absence right now doesn't mean that Raila has been left alone to fight his own range. So Uhuru, when Uhuru will come out of the offices and publicly stands for Raila and starts to campaign for Raila, I think Raila will have a good number of support from the central Kenya region, because Uhuru commands a lot of people there. Wale watu unaona sahi wana they are trying to rebel, ni njaa inawakula. You know, Uhuru is slow to act, but when he acts slow but sure. That is what is it as for now.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Bota. We shall release you, Bota, as we remain with Mheshimiwa for one or two questions. I know
So
you are
can
going
I
to
make
work.
can I make the
Yes.
last comment before
Yes,
I'm
please.
joining a call shortly?
Yes.
So tigangu aneke kusibona.
Yes.
Abantu baitu bagusi moroje siasa ya Kenya segoji. Of course ndobwata barai. But bona barai baito oitato bake koko proper. Tige binte byo montago chako tena nje no diemunde nje njubilinde nje ndeuda we are going to look at an individual. Ingi obugata nsera ki obugata kiagero to initially kale etu agakina nje no diem ndairango support era on diem nganju biliero diem era timio bono gentonge yoko jako totebigana nje bona no diem ngo support nani nje bona ende no, we are going to make this so clear abantu bagatumekire kiama kwebise siraira na bake ruchikorera on die time yairira, like especially enta nkwanere inje ngo support Doris Donya esobo women rep nimbwate chirizo ninta kwanerega ngagete za onye ko bwate memory ko serve you well in 2017 na go sera tu enjeragete tinta do kwana tinta chikorete gente kiga bantu basoe ko tabena engo salichikura, but the most suitable women rep orato konye esigusi aiva imagine talikoliga bie kiama nje ninda convince buna Doris Toto Donya is the women rep actually incoming. Amangana Janet Yongera Tigatora Moa Ibaga Ara Dina Baidi Baliba Akora Beka in a cycle. Abantu Baliba social media bounty people Akora Ma and Togo comment Akora. That's not a kind of leadership to try in Kisi County. So in Jengo the Biba Gusia Simore. Tinta Timba Force, Takin Morenga Dorisi. Again, take 2022. Ngagete nata kira tem. Nerega go jago togo sera tomorus. Thank you.
Thank you, Bota. Asante sana for joining us in the discussion today. We remain with Mheshimiwa Nyaruri on Nyaribari Masaba politics. What is happening in Nyaribari Masaba? Why didn't you receive the Jubilee certificate?
Okay. In Jubilee, we had a consensus way of nomination. We never had the voting way of nominations. So my competitor is a dual citizen. Actually, he has been in America for a good number of years, from 19s, not even recently. He only appears here during elections. Me not receiving the Jubilee Party certificate, I think it was triggered by some of the people who are siding him, some of the people who are in the panel of consensus. Somebody like the PA for Bure, I won't feel bitter, and I'm not bitter about him, because I was shocked to find that the PA for Bure was one of the panelists who are interviewing us. Under which mandate, under which powers? Because I expected the panelists could be from Jubilee House, new faces, maybe Kikuyus or Luos, some people who have never seen. But here comes a person who has been communicating with my opponent since ever, from when he was in America. He hasn't been attending any function at the ground. I'm well known in the ground. I've been doing one or two things in the ground. Even if it's not a lot, but I've been on the ground. Now, when my opponent comes the first day from US And the second day, when we were waiting for the results, at night, I am receiving the news that he was given the certificate. Even Jeremiah Kioni was wondering who offered him the certificate, because Kisii County had not been offered with certificates yet. Kisii County, it's a group of people who went there. 12 or 8 people went to demand for their certificates. Yesterday or the day before yesterday is when the Kisii County Jubilee candidates received their certificates officially. So I had to petition the matter. I had to take it to the tribunal court. So and when I took it to the tribunal court, they saw some sense in my case and they pushed the case ahead. So I'm waiting for the verdict from the court. So I don't know how I did not receive the certificate, but my opponent did not beat me. So I did not lose my certificate just because I was weak or because I was beaten on nominations. No, it was a result of favorism in the party, and I think that thing is going to affect one of our governorship campaign because it's a must that I win the seat for Nyaribari Masaba. But I could bring something on his basket, because I'm very sure with the Jubilee ticket, with all the machines that I had prepared to go for campaigns, with all the force that I had which I had arranged for me to go and launch my campaigns, Governor Bure could be having some sense in Nyaribari Masaba. Because for me, I had even branded the tracks for the roadshow. I have a good large track that I was to donate for the governor, for him to use for his campaigns. But right now, if I'm going to go independent, I'm going to do my own campaigns, and I won't rely on or help him, because I think he also betrayed me, because from the word go, we had a deal, we had plans, but it did not go well. Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa, for that overview about the Jubilee ticket. So does it mean you're going independent?
I will decide to go independent if today or tomorrow the court rules that my opponent to retain the certificate. But otherwise, currently, the certificate that was offered was cancelled by the National Elections Board. So as per now, nobody has the ticket. He has the physical paper, but the serial number is cancelled from the headquarters. So if the court will rule that my opponent is fit and they justify his issuance of the certificate, I won't mind. I can even decide and support him if the party will give me enough reasons as to why he was given the ticket. But telling me that because he has vied 2 times using Jubilee, they are looking for the loyalty to the party. In 2013, that man got 7,599 votes. In 2017, he got 1,800 and something votes, losing almost 6,700 votes. And when you lose 6,700 votes, that's an ICU case. There is no way you'll tell me that you still hold the ground and this time you're going to win. So if the court will rule that but if the court rules otherwise, I'm going. I will go. I will continue. I will continue branding myself as the Jubilee candidate, because I'm not going to let it go easily. I'm only going to accept if the court gives me enough reasons that Fulani or Fulani was given a ticket under these circumstances. But when you see kesi imetoka kwa internal dispute of elections in Jubilee House and has been pushed to National Elections Board, it means it has some facts. And in Kenya, a dual citizen is not allowed to even to vie for a seat, but he was given was given a ticket to run on Jubilee. So those are the kind of things I want the court to explain to me. But meanwhile, I'm still in Jubilee. I cannot register as an independent candidate before getting my full verdict. And if they give me a good reason to support him, I will support him. And conditionally, they refund me what I've used on the ground, because I've used a lot of money to brand Jubilee in Nyaribari Masaba. I think I came to Jubilee during the Corona period, when everybody was saying that Jubilee is dead. Jubilee is dead. So I'm so loyal to the party than the person they are saying, because the person they are saying was in UDA sometimes back. But when he saw that in UDA he won't click it, he decided to come back to Jubilee. Yes.
Thank you. So it means when Jubilee gives you the amount, refunds the amount you used on the ground, and maybe gives you the nomination, you'll be able to stop vying as Nyaribari Masaba MP.
Okay. They had another option. There is somebody from Jubilee House. I won't mention his name. He was telling me that because of time, they can offer me a nomination slot, or if I must vie, they give me Nyamasivi word direct ticket for me to vie for MCA seat and support the one they gave the ticket. But even if I fail, they'll give me a nomination as a nominated MP or nominated senator from Kisii County. But I didn't come to politics to be bored, or I didn't come to look for opportunities. No, I came to vie for this seat. I win and I help my people, because I know what I want to do. I know what I can do when I'm elected and what I cannot do when I'm nominated. So I'm still waiting for the court verdict. If they give me enough reasons, I'm loyal to the party. If they give me enough reasons, I will accept their offer. It's not mandatory for me to be in the ballot, because I'm still young. I can still vote next time, but these will only come after the court has ruled and has given me justice enough for my heart for me to be satisfied that even if he was offered the certificate, this was what triggered him to be given the certificate. And this is what is going to happen for the next 5 years, because the person they gave the certificate, even if I support him, we will still fail. We will still fail, even if I support him. Even if he goes like he is right now, he will still fail, because in Kambanane, he comes from a small sub-clan in Kambanane, Mwamonda. Mwamonda had Ocharo Kevira, but Ocharo Kevira's people are not supporting the guy who was given the certificate. They are supporting the other guy from Moremani, Ondari. And others are supporting Daniel Mandu. So I'm waiting for the verdict from the court. That's when I'll decide either to run independent or to remain in the party. But they give me, they should give me enough reasons as to why I should remain in Jubilee Party and I should not go elsewhere. Yes.
Okay, Nyaribari Masaba attracts Dan Manduku, who is moneyed and has influence. It has attracted also Ben Momanyi, who also is perceived to have money. Do you think, as a young man, you are able to marshal against these two big wigs, because they have money and they have the influence?
Okay. That one I'll answer. I think I'll answer on personal level. For me to declare that I want to vie for parliamentary seats, I knew that parliamentary seat is not just a seat to joke on. Parliamentary seat needs money. Parliamentary seat needs strategies. So I could not just come into politics barehanded, because I clearly knew that my opponents will come with money, and if I'll not be having money, I should even prepare to leave politics. So on my side, I was well prepared and I knew what I was doing. That's why I haven't been spending a lot of money. I was waiting for me to get the ticket. After getting the ticket is when I could go now to the ground and now invest and now look for agents and invest. Most of the people usually ask me why I usually blog for myself. I usually don't blog for myself. I usually explain myself on social media. I hadn't reached a point where I'm supposed to hire bloggers. I could hire bloggers immediately. If I could be given the ticket, or if I'm going to be given the ticket, I will hire my bloggers because I know the social influence they have in social media. But as per now, I was a lone ranger until when I received my certificate. If I receive my certificate is when I will publicly come and now launch my campaign, and I know I will be able to maneuver. I know Manduku has money. I know everybody has money. Ondari has money. Nyairo has money. Everybody has money. You cannot come for an MP seat without money. You'll be cheating yourself, because where will you even get money to brand your vehicles? Where will you get money to give people? Where will you get money to make posters? Because one poster goes for like 30 shillings. And if you are for you to run for you to have a good number of posters in for parliamentary, you need like 20,000 copies. 20,000 copies. You can see how much is that. That is once, because those posters zitalaruliwa, you'll have to replace them. You'll need t-shirts, you'll need caps, you'll need the trailers for the road shows or trucks, or brand hizo pickups, PA system, all those things. Because for me, my campaign had organized to do it as a youth. Mimi tayari nilikuwa nimeshanunua roli, nimeikata, nimeweka PA system, nilikuwa nisha brand gari zangu kadhaa ambazo sikuwa nimezileta Kisii. I just wanted kuzileta Kisii. Immediately I received my certificate, launch my campaign. That's how I was planning my campaign, because I wanted to come and now tell the people that now
Okay, thank you, Mheshimiwa. I had lost you in a minute.
I think
Tell me,
network,
tell me, Herbert, who is Herbert Nyaruri? And what do you think you can do different from the previous Nyaribari, Masaba MPs? And what do you stand for? What is your agenda?
Okay. Herbert Nyaruri is a young man. First of all, he's a young man. He's a family man, a dad, and a friend to many, as I can say. In politics and in leadership. Politics and leadership are two different things. So for me, I did not come into politics to try. I came into politics knowing that I have a destiny. I have a goal that I need to score. So on this matter, you're asking what I could do differently from the previous leadership in Nyaribari Masaba. For me, I know a good number of youths. They are straining outside here. They have nobody to speak on their behalf. In parliament, we have so many things that youths don't know about. Like tuko na pesa kwa vijana. Hizo pesa kwa vijana huwa mahali kama Nyaribari Masaba. Hizo pesa hata huwezi sikia MP huko akiziongelea. So such things are the things that I wanted to bring on board. Number two, me being a partial orphan, ninajua watu ambao wako kama mimi who are suffering. Because for me, hata kumaliza yangu shule, I knew how much I suffered until I became who I am today. So on the other side, I was there for the less fortunate community that is in Nyaribari Masaba. And speaking about the development, I could not come and promise about so many things that my opponents are still promising the voters in Nyaribari Masaba. I think what I could do differently is to put the interest of the less fortunate in the community at first. Things like bursaries. The less fortunate, those people who have they have a low profile in the community are the people who go for bursaries in the constituency, because sidhani kama mtoto wa mtu ambaye wazazi wote wanafanya kazi ya serikali will be much interested in the bursaries. So watu kama hawa ambao ni watoto wa maskini, because most of the people in my constituency wengi wao ni wakulima, if not wakulima ni walimu, unakuta wa P1, kama si P1 ni walimu wa ECD, but majority ni wakulima. So lazima ningeangalia kitu ambaye ina wa favor yenye itafanya kama hiyo ukulima wa chai tuko naye. Ukulima ambaye ya chai tuko naye, chai haiproduce majani chai peke yake. Majani chai ina produce mpaka rangi ya kupaka nyumba, and those are the kind of things mimi ninge introduce in Nyaribari Masaba. Ningeleta investors wakuje wajenge industry kama hiyo ya rangi. Hiyo majani chai ile watu wanauza huko kwa bei mbaya, walete huko itengeneze rangi. Hiyo kiwanda inge-employ madriver, inge-employ casual workers, inge-employ technicians, inge-employ mechanics. A good number of opportunities could come out. But now, as per now, I won't speak much on what I will do. I think after getting the ticket or giving the way forward, if I'm running or I'm not running, I'm supporting who, is when I'll be able to tell my people what is ahead.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri, for joining us and highlighting on your candidature this morning. We wish to stop it at that. And what is your parting shot to the people of Nyaribari Masaba as we come to the end of this session today?
For me, I will advise the people of Nyaribari Masaba. We are heading to elections, and first and foremost, they should be peaceful. Let politics not divide you from your neighbor, your usual neighbor, in lines of clanism, in the lines of support that you are supporting fulani or fulani mwanze kupigana. No. And I will also urge my people in Nyaribari Masaba that if you're not going to vote for captain, if you'll not be on the ballot, ensure you vote for somebody who will be there for you for the next 5 years. Don't just elect a person because he comes from a certain clan, or just because this person has conducted a good campaign using his own money. Ukumbuke hiyo pesa anapoteza hapo, he will also need to replace the same money, because yeye hakuokota hiyo pesa pia. Pesa ambayo inakuja kwa campaign, it means umetoa kwa accounts zako, kwa sababu hakuna pesa tunapatiwa hapa nje. So I think the people of Nyaribari Masaba and in Kisii County at large, just try your best and choose a leader who has you people in heart. A person who will bring much development into the constituency and the county at large. Don't just elect somebody who wants to pursue his dreams in politics and will not think about you after the elections. So for me, if I get a positive answer from the court, I'll be back. But my loyalty to the party still remains. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Nyaruri. We wish you all the best. You are a young man, and we will support young men wherever they are for their aspiration for political seats. From the hot seat this morning, thank you for joining us. That has been Mheshimiwa Herbert Nyaruri, the MP aspirant for Nyaribari Masaba. Till next time, keep subscribing, like and share. Asante sana for this morning show.